Hi everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this video. So students, we have already covered part 1 of PYQs of 2015 and this is the part 2 of the same. Okay, so we will be covering the next 60 questions from 2015 paper, and as I have already told you that in 2015 120 questions were asked in technical paper. Okay, so first 60 questions we have already completed in part 1 and this is the part 2. So with that, I'll start, but before starting, I have a request. If you're new to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to it. And if you want to download the PDF of this particular session, you can join our Telegram channel and there we post the PDFs. So now let's start with question 1 of this particular part. So question 1 is number of stamens in green gram is. So students, this is the question of botany. Okay, you will read about stamens and carpels, right? So there we get to know that in some plant only one stamen is present, in some plant there are more stamens are present, right? So you have to also learn the example. You can see from example question have been asked. So if there are any example given in your NCERT, you have to learn those examples also. So here right answer will be option C, 10. Okay, so in green gram basically 10 stamens are found. Okay, next is which a plant is. Now pitcher plant is basically a plant which feed on insect. Okay, so it will be a insectivorous plant. So students, to meet its requirement, its food requirement, what pitcher plant does, whenever any insect sits on this plant, it closes itself and it digests the insect. So it is basically a insectivorous plant. Clear? Next question is the division of nucleus is known as. Now when you will read cell biology topic, when you will read about the cell division, so it is very important for you to learn about the mitosis and meiosis process, because I have seen many number of questions have been asked from these two. So whenever the nucleus division happen, what is the term that we give to it? Okay, what is the term given to it? That has been asked to you in this particular question. So answer here will be option B, karyokinesis. So students, wherever this karyo term has been written, understand this, associate it with the nucleus. So it is talking about something about nucleus. So karyokinesis is basically division of nucleus that happens while cell division. And it's very important you learn all these processes of mitosis and meiosis, all those stages and what happens in these stages. Okay, next is during mitosis the centromere divides at. Okay, so I was just discussing with you कि आपने सारी stages पढ़नी है. Also what is the peculiar characteristics of those stages. So here you have been asked that centromere division takes place in which particular stage. Okay, so we know there are there is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, right? So centromere division basically takes place in anaphase. Clear? So answer here will be anaphase. Next question is most primitive living vascular plants are. So this is a question from your plant kingdom. You have to read that chapter from your biology, okay, NCERT biology. And out of the given option, ferns are the most primitive vascular plant. Clear? So answer will be ferns. Next question is movement of plants are not affected by. So students, we have learned this thing that plant move towards different stimuli, plant respond toward different stimuli. Okay, the germination of plant, that is coming out of plant, seedling from out of the seed, that is due to the movement of plant towards light. That is why the plant come out of the soil surface, right? So this is a kind of movement which is known as phototropic movement, right? Then we have a movement of plant toward light, which is phototropic movement, right? Then there is movement toward water, which is known as hydrotropic movement. Okay, the root goes down inside the soil due to hydrotropic movement, right? Then there is a chemotropic movement also, and we are left with option B. So answer here will be option B. Okay, temperature. There is no movement toward temperature, but to all of the others there is a movement of plant. Okay, next is dispersal of seed by wind is known as. So we know about pollination process, okay, and it is very, very crucial to in plants, right? Because through pollination only the seed will form and then the farmer can harvest the seed, right? So there are different ways of dispersal of seeds. So after seeds had been formed, it need to be dispersed. Okay, so there are different ways in which seeds disperse itself. So Here through wind it is known as anemochory. ठीक है, dispersal of seeds through wind are known as anemochory. Now students, next is secondary growth does not occur in. Okay, so when we read about the monocot dicot plant, there we get to know about the primary growth, secondary growth. जो secondary growth है that doesn't happen in monocots. Okay, so secondary growth किस पे होती है? Dicots में होती है. चलो, next question is which of the following is food poisoning organism? Now this is a question from your microorganism chapter. Okay, you have to read about all the important microorganism. So food poisoning organism here is Clostridium botulism. Okay, so this is the right answer for this particular question. Next is in rice grain the endosperm is. Okay, now you have to tell me what is there in the rice endosperm. Okay, so basically it is the starchy portion. Rice endosperm is basically the starchy portion. It is made up of starch. So right answer will be option B. Next question is crop in which upper root portion is used in seed production. Okay, so in out of the given option, in which of the following crop we use upper root portion? So here it is given onion, ginger, turmeric and turnip. So right answer here will be turnip, right? So students, in turnip we use the upper portion for production, seed production. Okay, next is crop infected by kernel bunt is very important disease of wheat. Okay, so the crop infected by kernel bunt is wheat. Very easy question again. ठीक है, ये आपने याद रखना है. Next is when xylem and phloem form separate bundles, they are called. Okay, so again a question from botany. So when xylem and phloem separate bundle, so it is your radial vascular bundle. Okay, it is called your radial vascular bundles. Okay, next is cambium is more active during. Okay, so at what season the cambium is more active? That has been asked to you, and it is your spring season. Okay, so spring season mein cambium is more active and there is more growth, there is more secondary growth. Next is agar is obtained from. So students, what is this agar? Agar is basically a nutrient media. Okay, and on that nutrient media we grow different microorganisms that is very useful in laboratory. Okay, when we need to culture different microorganisms, when we need to study these microorganisms. So you have been asked that this agar is obtained from which algae? Okay, basically it is being obtained from a algae, and answer here will be option A, that is red algae. Okay, it is obtained from red algae, and now this has been given in your NCERT as well. So read your NCERT very well. Okay, reserve food material in green algae is. So you have been asked that in green algae what is the reserve food material, and again this is a direct question from your NCERT. Okay, answer here will be starch. Clear? Okay, next is amphibians and reptiles are studied under branch. Okay, so students, amphibians and reptiles, they are studied under a branch of science that is known as herpetology. Okay, ये आपने याद रखना है. This is a different question and you have to add this to your notes. That is known as herpetology. Next is a plant which is adapted to an environment deficient in moisture is called as. Okay, so basically you have been asked plants which can survive moisture stress condition. What are these called? So these are called xerophytes. So all those plants which are found in desert condition, they are known as xerophytes. Clear? Answer will be xerophytes for this question. Now, in plant, the green pigments capture light energy by a functional process called. Okay, so what is that process through which the plant capture light energy? So it is your photosynthesis. Very easy, right? Photosynthesis is the process through which plant make their food. So in the process of photosynthesis, plant need to capture the light, right? So answer will be option B here. Next is the red color in ripe tomato and red pepper is due to. So you have been asked that the red color of the ripe tomato and red pepper is due to which of the following? So it will be option C, lycopene. Lycopene pigment की वजह से red color आता है आपका ripe tomato में और red pepper में. ठीक है? Now cell wall of bacteria is made up of. Now again very important question and very easy I would say. It is there in your NCERT again. Okay, so it is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, so bacteria की cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, next is which of the following is not found in rhizopus? Okay, now when we study the structure of rhizopus, there are different segments that we study, right? But setae is not part of that, so answer will be setae. Okay, next is Development of sporophyte directly from gametophyte tissue is called, again a direct question from NCERT, very easy. So it is called apogamy. Okay, it is called apogamy. Next is corymb inflorescence is found in. So corymb inflorescence is found in which of the following family? So again NCERT mein it is also given. So it is cruciferae. Okay, so इसे cruciferae family में corymb inflorescence found होता है. Okay, which is a C4 plant? Again very easy question. In NCERT it is given C3, C4 and CAM plants. Okay, there are examples also given. So C4 plant is basically your jowar. Okay, so jowar is a C4 plant, rest are the C3 plants. Next is which crop have relatively higher requirement of sulfur? Now students, out of all the crops there is a group of crop which need sulfur also. Okay, so sulfur is not part of our nutrient here, but nutrient that we provide, but we have to provide it in a group which is known as oilseed group. Okay, or oilseed crops. So oilseed crops में sulfur की requirement थोड़ी ज़्यादा होती है as compared to the other crops. Clear? Answer will be option C. Okay, option C, that is oilseed crops, not B. Okay. Next is in which plant parenchyma cells are found? So basically students, what are these parenchyma cell? Parenchyma cell help plant to respire and they are found in aquatic plant. Okay, now out of the given option, the rice is basically a semi-aquatic, we can say, because it needs flooded conditions. So in order to do respiration, parenchyma cells are found in rice. So rice will be answer of this question. Now potato plant belong to which family? Very easy, right? It belong to Solanaceae family. So potato is a Solanaceae family member. Next is fruit of composite is. So fruit of composite is known as Cypsela. Okay, it's known as Cypsela. Next is fiber derived from seed coat. What is it called? So when we derive fiber from seed coat, it is called seed coat. So in cotton, in case of cotton, we derive the fiber from the seed coat. Okay, so cotton will be the answer. Next is which type of soil water is absorbed by root hair of plant? So you have been given a list of water, different type of water that is found in soil. So kaun sa wala water is absorbed by the plant? So it is capillary water, right? So students, we have different type of water in the soil, right? Field capacity, gravitational water, capillary water, hydroscopic water. ये भी आपने पढ़ना है. Though soil is not now part of your syllabus, but still, if you have this general idea, that will be good for you. Okay. Next is if a cell loses water when placed in solution, the solution is, okay. Again, question from your biology, botany. Okay. So if any cell is placed in a solution and the cell loses water, that means the solution is hypertonic. Okay. So the solution is hypertonic. So next is which element induce disease tolerance in plant? So basically, which of the nutrient is responsible for the disease resistance in plant? So that is potassium. Okay, answer here will be option D, potassium. Next is plants tolerant to high salinity conditions are called. So what are those plants called which are which can tolerate the high salinity conditions? So that is your halophytes. That is called your halophytes. Okay. Now rice inflorescence is known as. So what is the rice inflorescence called? So it is known as panicle. Okay, it is called panicle. Now next, Pyrella belong to. Okay, so Pyrella belong to which of the family here? So it belong to Flugoridae family. ठीक है? Pyrella is an insect which belong to the Flugoridae family. ये याद रखना है. It's a question from your entomology. Okay, nitrogen is available for plant in the form of. Okay, so basically the plant uses nitrogen in which form? That has been asked. So it is nitrate. So nitrate form is the most available form of nitrogen to the plants. Okay, next is guard cells differ from epidermal cell in having. So how is guard cell and epidermal cell are different from each other? That has been asked. So basically it differed in chloroplast. Okay, in epidermal cell chloroplast is present, in guard cell chloroplast is not present. Okay. Now plant hormone responsible for cell division is. So which of the following hormone is responsible for the cell division? That has been asked. So it is cytokinin. Okay, so cell division in plant happens due to hormone, that is cytokinin. Okay. Next is which is true for pteridophytes? Now again this is a question from your NCERT directly. Okay, so which is true For pteridophytes, answer will be option D, that phloem lack companion cells. Okay. Next question is predators of plant can be called. Okay, so predator of plant can be called as herbivorous. Okay, so the predators who feed on plant are called herbivorous. Next is, which one of the following is major disease of onion in India? Okay, and it is the purple blotch. Okay, so purple blotch is the major disease of onion that is seen in India. Next is, a stem vegetable is, okay, out of the given option, which is the stem vegetable, and that will be nolcol. Okay, so nolcol is basically stem vegetable, others are the root vegetable. Okay. Next is, which one of the following vegetable is a monocot? Okay, you have been asked out of the given option, which one of the following is the monocot, and it is option B, that is onion. Okay, so onion is the monocot vegetable. Next is, in cycas, the pollen grain at the time of pollination attain. Okay, now this is a question again from your NCERT that has been asked. So at the time of pollination, pollen grain divide. Okay, pollen grain divide and it forms cells. So how many cell stage is there during pollination in case of cycas? So that is your 3-celled stage that is seen in cycas specifically. Okay, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in, again question from your cell and cell organelle chapter. So it is involved in your fat synthesis. Okay? So smooth endoplasmic reticulum basically a organelle which is involved in your fat synthesis. Now next is, when a cross is made between F1 offspring and to its parent, it is known as. Okay, so you have there is a chapter in NCERT which is heredity and variation. Again, there is a question from that. Okay, this question is from that chapter. It's very basic question. Its answer will be back cross, right? Okay, ergot is important disease of, now ergot is a very important disease of your pearl millet. Okay, ergot of pearl millet, it is also known as honeydew disease. So honeydew secretion ho jata hai in pearl millet due to this ergot disease. So this is a question from your plant pathology. Again, I would request you to just read important diseases of few important crops, that will be sufficient, right? Which one of the following, which one of the cucurbit flowers in the evening? Okay, so this is again a different question. I would say this is a out of syllabus question because it is not being covered in the NCERT. But again, you can add this to your notes also, right? So answer will be option C, that is bottle gourd. Okay, so basically in bottle gourd, flowering is seen in evening time. Okay, the last question, or not the last question, again, next question is, which one of the following vegetable is acidic in nature? Okay, so answer here will be option B, tomato. See students, tomato is generally considered as fruit. We consume it as a vegetable, but it is considered as fruit. So fruit are basically acidic in nature. Other vegetables, vegetables are alkaline in nature. Okay, so that differentiation should be clear in your mind. So all the fruits are acidic and all the vegetable are alkaline in nature. And tomato comes under the category of fruits actually. So that's why answer will be tomato. Next is, greening in potato result in. Okay, so options are given: increasing in nutritional quality, decrease in nutritional quality, increase in disease resistance, decrease in disease resistance. So student, basically it decreases the nutritional quality of potato. So greening is a disease that happens in potato due to the exposure of potato to the direct sunlight. So what happened? All the leucoplast, which is a pigment that is found in potato, get converted into chloroplast, which is a green pigment, and that's why the potato appear green to us, right? And it is not we cannot consume these green potatoes, so it reduces its nutritional quality. So answer will be option B. Next question is, whiptail disease in brassica is due to, very important and very easy. Okay, so it is due to the molybdenum deficiency. Okay, it is due to the molybdenum deficiency. Now next is, crop heavily infested with Phalaris minor. So Phalaris minor is basically a kind of weed. What are weed? Weeds are basically the unwanted plant that we see in crop field. Okay, so this is a unwanted plant, or this is the weed of a crop, which is the weed. Okay, so in weed you will see Phalaris minor. And students, let me tell you here one thing, that when you will see wheat and Phalaris minor plant, you will not be able to differentiate between both of them. They look more, they look alike. But there, if you know this particular plant is Phalaris minor, there are some others differentiating a characteristic between those two, and that's how the farmer weed out, or they remove the Phalaris minor from the field. But yes, Phalaris minor is a weed of wheat. Okay, that should be clear to you. Next is Khara disease of paddy is due to a very basic question. Okay, so it is due to basically zinc deficiency. So whenever there is a zinc deficiency in paddy field, it will show Khara disease. Now next question is, which of the following elements is not essential but beneficial for plant growth? Very easy question, again covered in NCERT. So there are few beneficial nutrients, but there are few essential nutrients. Okay, they are not beneficial but they are again required by plant. So answer here will be option B, iron. Okay, next is scientific name of potato. Very easy question, right? It is Solanum tuberosum. This is also covered in your NCERT. Okay. Next is the stem above the ground in banana is known as. So again easy question, it is known as pseudostem. Okay, it is known as pseudostem. Next question is little leaf of brinjal is caused by. Okay, now this is a question from your again plant pathology part. You have been asked little leaf disease of brinjal is caused by which of the following? So it is basically due to mycoplasma. Okay, it is due to mycoplasma. It is different because it is being caused by mycoplasma. So you have to learn this. Next is browning in cauliflower is due to again a deficiency disease that is seen due to deficiency of boron. So if there is a boron deficiency in cauliflower, we will see the browning of cauliflower. Okay. Next is calcium carbide coming in contact with moisture releases. So it releases basically acetylene. Okay, it releases acetylene. So this was the last question from this particular part, and with that we have completed your 2015 paper. I hope this was helpful to you. So students, these are just to give you an idea that what kind of questions are being asked in the examination. So please visit all the question. Okay, try to solve them at your end, and if you're not able to solve them, then note it down which topic need to be done at your end. Okay, तो उन topics को आपने note down करना है और उन पे काम करना है. So that should be your strategy, and that's all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much.